Electric motive power started in 1827 when a Hungarian priest, Ányos Jedlik, built the first crude but viable electric motor. This led to the production of the first mass electric vehicles in the United States of America in the early 1900s. However, with the advent of cheap assembly line cars, the popularity of electric cars declined significantly. It resurfaced in the late 20th and early 21st century when the environmental impact of petroleum-based transportation became pronounced along with the fear of oil price hikes. Electric vehicles use one or more electric motors for propulsion. They can be powered by a collector system with electricity from extravehicular sources, or it can be powered autonomously by a battery, sometimes charged by solar panels, or by converting fuel to electricity using fuel cells or a generator. Carbon emissions and climate change concerns have brought the electric vehicles factor to the fore in recent times, encouraging its adoption. The governments of some of the countries with the biggest automotive markets around the world have also taken bold steps to embrace it to help curb carbon emissions. It is reported that France and the United Kingdom are looking to ban the sale of gas and diesel-powered vehicles partially from 2023 and completely by 2040. Norway also plans to ban all but electric car sale by 2025. China, the largest auto market in the world, has publicly started charting a plan for an all-out ban on vehicles with internal combustion engines. Indeed, the world is fast moving away from conventional automobile engine vehicles to electric ones. It makes sense for Ghana to move with the times and ensure it does not become a dumping ground for used fossil-fueled cars.
The road transport sector remains a significant source of greenhouse gas emission. Worldwide, countries are gradually shifting away from petrol and diesel to enable more environmentally friendly alternatives, including electric vehicles. Reports are that by 2030, diesel cars will become obsolete in Europe. Norway, for instance, which relies heavily on our oil gas revenues, was the first country to set 2025 deadline on the sale of fossil fuel-powered cars. The United Kingdom is also moving towards an ambitious target of net zero emission by 2050. It is therefore important that as a country, we also strive and scale up efforts to reduce our carbon footprint in order to meet our commitment and the Paris Agreement on climate change.
Going the electric vehicle way will help Ghana optimize the use of her solar energy potential to meet the electric power needs of such vehicles. Besides, dependence on solar energy will save our environment from carbon pollution that has adversely changed the world's climate.
Our current energy situation and our climate targets call for creative initiatives, and the Drive Electric initiative is one of such. In more recent times, using electricity sustainably to power transportation in the world has become necessary in the global drive to achieving the Sustainable Development Goal, especially 7. Among the policy objectives of the Ministry of Energy is the commitment to increase access to burning clean forms of energy and also ensure productive and efficient use of the energy. Our target is to ensure universal access to electricity by 2025. And currently, our electrification access is over 86%. All efforts to reach the universal access ahead of the UN stated world target of 2020 are being pursued. In view of this, government is vigorously pursuing plans to increase the share of renewable energy in the electricity generation mix in the face of excess capacity charge challenges being faced.
Among the challenges facing cities around the world, particularly those in developing countries, is rising traffic of congestion and its attendant emissions, which have been increasing at a faster rate than previously anticipated. Most countries in Africa, including Ghana, are experiencing rapid motorization and urbanization coupled with uncontrolled urban sprawl. Unfortunately, these developments do not commensurate with the level of infrastructure and service provision as far as transportation is concerned. The results have been the widespread of traffic congestion coupled with deteriorated urban air quality in our cities. At the moment, majority of Ghanaians depend on the use of small to medium-sized vehicles powered by either petrol or diesel.
The transition can open enormous commercial benefits for the electricity industry and other related sectors, but the challenges associated with the mainstreaming and deployment of EVs must be addressed. Key EV challenges such as limited charging infrastructure and associated high initial investment, high cost of EVs, limited driving range, longer charging time compared to other fuels, insufficient standardization of EV charging infrastructure, high maintenance costs, battery issues and resistance to change, among others. Notwithstanding the bottlenecks associated with the transition to EVs, there exist several opportunities for all of us, particularly in this era that the nation is blessed with abundant natural gas supply coupled with excess generation capacity amidst high transportation fuel cost. We can, however, only capture this valuable opportunity through enhanced grid infrastructure, supportive and innovative government policies, preparing our youth and workforce with the capabilities of installing, operating, and maintaining the associated EV equipment. We must prepare ourselves as a nation for this great employment opportunity, else we risk ceding the market to the usual international firms. Policymakers, regulators, automobile and utility players, and other stakeholders must collaborate and act proactively to grow the EV market in Ghana. VNRA is positioning itself to supply electricity and provide related services to the emerging EVC market in Ghana. We believe that innovation and digitalization will be the major enablers of the business, so we are preparing ourselves for the advent of transportation electricity, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and other technology advancements that will manifest globally. The authority has commenced the process to convert Akosomo Township, which hosts the famous Akosomo Hydro Dam, into a smart city by transforming it to become a technology hub for the nation, by the application of smart solutions to give decent quality of life to residents, including utilization of green energy, e-mobility and connectivity, smart tourism and leisure, among others.
Energy experts say electric vehicles are a much more efficient means of using energy. Again, electric vehicles have low running costs as they have less moving parts and are also very environmentally friendly. With no tailpipe, pure electric cars emit no carbon dioxide. This reduces air pollution considerably.
The World Health Organization's Urban Health Initiative indicates that emissions from transport present a major problem for cities around the world, particularly in developing countries that we are witnessing rapid urbanizations. It also identifies the increased use of vehicles as the fastest growing contributor to climate emissions and energy use, with a global transport sector accounting for about 14% of the greenhouse gas budget. The upside to the side is that Ghana aims to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 15% by 2030. Actions include improvement in energy efficiency of industrial facilities.
The transport sector is thus, without question, one of the priority areas we need to tackle as a nation in our efforts to reduce emissions. The future of the automobile industry has come into focus in recent times, and it is on EVs, electric vehicles. The takeoff of EVs is gaining momentum worldwide. The IEA has predicted that by 2030, about 30% of all vehicles on the road are expected to be battery-powered electric vehicles. A recent report by Wood Mackenzie revealed that EV sales in the first half of 2021 nearly tripled worldwide compared to the first half of last year. EV sales in the second half of 2021 is projected to surpass the first half sales of 2.4 million. The trend points to sales levels slightly above 6 million for the full year, with year-long sales exceeding 2.5 million each in Europe and China. What are the drivers of transition to EVs? Climate-focused policies and regulations Technology and changing consumer behaviors and awareness are the main drivers of the EV transition. It must be emphasized that many governments across the world have made firm commitments to support the manufacture and propagation of low-carbon emission vehicles. For instance, the Biden administration recently announced a target of 50% EV sales share in 2030 to unleash full economic benefits of the Build Back Better agenda and advance smart fuel efficiency emission standards. Industry players are fast-tracking the speed of automobile technology innovation as they develop new concepts of electric, connected automobiles, and shared mobility. Consumer attitudes, behavior, and awareness are changing as a lot of people accept alternative and substantial mobility modes. Lastly, several major car manufacturers have either already made electric vehicles or have plans to do so soon.
Critics spoke about electric vehicles being more expensive compared to fossil fuel-powered vehicles. However, their prices have been reduced in recent times, and there are projections about further reduction as demand for such cars is expected to rise. From an average price of over $75,000 in 2010, prices have now dropped to $39,000 according to Bloomberg New Energy Finance. Wide acceptance of electric vehicles by the Ghanaian public will be based on price considerations and the continued improvement, performance and its availability in the country. Studies have shown that it takes about 3 to 10 minutes to fill up a petrol or diesel engine car at a filling station in Ghana with enough fuel of 10 liters to travel about 100 kilometers, while an electric vehicle will require 18 kilowatt hours of electricity to travel the same distance. A 2019 electricity tariff data published by the PURC shows that 1 kilowatt hour of electricity costs 1.3279 Ghana cedis for non-residential residents and 0.9349 Ghana cedis for residential facilities. At this rate, an 18 kilowatt hour full charge will cost 23.90 Ghana cedis for non-residential charge and 16.82 for residential charge, hence saving the electric car user 28.1 Ghana cedi and 35.2 Ghana cedi respectively.
And you have all of that available at our stations. So if you want to charge, let's say 3 kilowatts per hour, we do have a rate, let's say maybe about 10 cedis for an hour. If it's 7 kilowatts, about 12 cedis for an hour. And it's loading 7 kilowatts into the meter per hour. This is the AC charge, so that's just simple fast charge. So I can select. We do have options to pay with mobile money. So if you press the icon with the phone, you can pay with mobile money, or your Visa Mastercard will generate a QR code, you scan, and then you click for payment. So I'm just going to use.
How long does it take to charge?
This car overnight charge will take 8 hours.
That is your home charge.
Yes, for home charge. Yes.
What about public
So at the
charge?
public station, this one went for fully charged 1 hour 15 minutes for this one.
Ghana is one of the first in the West African sub-region to accept the use of electric vehicles and become a fully integrated and competitive industrial hub for the automotive industry. The country has since witnessed growing interest from global automotive players with Volkswagen, Nissan, Sinotruk, Hyundai, and Kia setting up assembly plants in Accra. Agility, a South African-based electric vehicle and green tech manufacturer, has also expressed interest in Ghana's growing automotive industry. The green tech company is to establish an electric vehicle assembly plant, battery swapping stations, and a solar charging facility in the country. The government of Ghana has pledged its support to increase the share of renewable energy in the electricity generation mix.
Our flagship initiative is the hybridization of hydro-solar electricity generation at a Bush generation station, which will ensure a 24-hour generation cycle. Not only that, we are generating for domestic use, but we are also available to generate electricity directly to organizations that may find themselves in the e-energy space to charge the electric vehicles nationwide. We have a strong view that our generation from green sources will go a long way to fight climate change. We all know that the use of fossil fuels generate greenhouse gas emissions that act like a blanket wrap around the earth, tapping the sun's heat and raising temperatures.
The setting up of an electric vehicle plant is therefore expected to encourage usage of electric vehicles in the country as the government develops an electric mobility policy. The Ministry of Energy and some private sector players are also championing an e-mobile initiative as part of the Drive Electric project aimed at promoting electric vehicle use on Ghana's roads. To successfully ensure e-mobility and sustainable transportation, stakeholders say partnerships will be needed to promote the socio-economic development of the country while driving increased penetration of renewables.
Let us work together to revise policies, strategies, regulations, and standards that will bring about the solutions and promote electric vehicles and other green initiatives. We cannot take our climate change mitigation efforts for granted, and that explains why my ministry is working closely with the Ministry of Finance to secure import waiver for 100% electric vehicles to help drive the penetration of electric vehicles, while putting together other measures to drive further growth and the sustainable utilization of electricity. I would also like to take this opportunity to advise that individuals and companies installing charging stations before their time in residential, office, and public spaces need to register with the Energy Commission and adhere to the highest standards in anticipation the charging station standards and regulations. I further wish to encourage more private partnerships and urge the energy utilities and service providers gathered here and our virtual audience to take advantage of this initiative to drive the growth and penetration of electric vehicles in Ghana. I wish to also thank the Ministry of Transport for their partnerships on this initiative. Actually, I think they should be the lead, even as we work together to complete the EV policy document. This initiative will create green jobs and by extension promote local content through the engagement of Ghanaian engineers and technicians, the assembling of electric vehicles, and the installation of charging stations, among others.
It is also hoped mechanics and other artisans would quickly master the technology and techniques involved in the assembling of electric cars. Ghanaian mechanics have been able to repair and reconstitute the engines and various parts of many cars in the past.
It's off. So to start, it's just start to start because the key must be in the car. So far as the key is in the car, you just press and you can start driving. So you can step on the brake. Yes. Okay. Then you step on the brake to start. Okay. Press on the brake. So it started now. So as you can see, the AC and everything is working. So you can see that we have over 288 kilometers left. So that means it's 90% charge. When it's full charge, it will be around 253 kilometers on full charge. So as of now, it's on brake now. You can see. So to turn off the brake, you can just click on that P.
The red?
Yes.
Click on it?
Yes.
Okay.
So now you can see. So, no, this is it. Yes. Now, for you to move the car, it's very simple. These are the gears. You can see neutral, reverse, and drive. So for you to move, you just have to tap this way, and you can get it to what? Drive.
Electric vehicles are not just the wave of the future. They have the potential to reshape the transportation sector in Ghana and usher in an era of green technology to reduce pollution.
Well, it's been a wonderful day driving with automatic car. Incredibly, it's beautiful. It's nice.
Rebekah Awuah, Accra.
That's the company you're
Madina dan jaya ai. You say so much because they go on not making passes in the road there no. No fuel.